This time of the year for us sports gamers is usually pretty tough to get through. You know, we're at this point of the season where we're waiting for the new installment of games, and specifically I'm talking about football games. We usually have to wait until August to get those, and here we are in the start of the summer with Madden is kind of played out at this time. You've played it for almost a year now, and you've gotten to the point where you're ready for a new sports game. All the other sports games you play, but they're still not the same as that new Madden or that new football game when it comes out. And it got me thinking back at what was the best football game of all time. And a lot of people are going to jump on 2K5, NFL 2K5 as one of the best football games, if not the best football game ever made. But I think that 2K8, All Pro Football 2K, is actually the best football game ever made. And I went back and played it because I had unfortunately not had the chance of playing it. And guys, I fell in love with it. This game, even by today's standards, is the best football game ever made, and it is the best game out right now. If you can get your hands on a copy of All Pro Football 2K8, I think you're going to be blown away by how smooth and how well-rounded this game really is. The only downside is that you can't play with any of the real NFL teams, but you do get to play with some of the old legends like Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Barry Sanders is really cool to play with, Emmitt Smith, so on and so forth. You get to play with some of the old Hall of Fame players on these made-up teams, but the game is phenomenal. The physics behind the game is so smooth. Every tackle makes sense. Every throw feels realistic. The arc of the ball, the kicking system is phenomenal. A kicking system that I really wish Madden would get back to, which is kind of more along the lines of a 2K golf type of mechanic, or when you're shooting a free throw in a basketball game, to where if you move left or right outside of that straight line, the ball will hook or curve or go that to the right or to the left. I think that's a more realistic way of kicking. It will make the game a lot harder. To things like real advertisements on the billboards and in the stadiums, from things from like Gillette Fusion to Stride Gum. The game is just very, very fun to play. And if you haven't had a chance to play it, I think you definitely should, especially at this point in the year where we're waiting for the new Madden to come out. There's a lot of promise in that game, and hopefully it's a game that will put Madden back in the right direction. And if not, of course, we're going to have 2K putting out some stuff. We hopefully have NCAA coming out with some football games. But this is definitely a game to try. I think it's a game that's often overlooked, but it is, to me, a lot better than 2K5, just on the realistic feeling of the game and how it feels to throw and run and tackle. Everything feels really good about it, and it's definitely worth a play. And if you're into sports games and sports talk, make sure to drop a like on the video or subscribe, and I will catch everybody later. Floopy Donkey out.